I played Subway Surfers for 24 hours. Now, the only exception to this rule is when I'm having a bathroom break or if I'm eating food. Now, this challenge was incredibly difficult. By far the most difficult gaming challenge I have ever done. I wanted to do this for one of two reasons. One, to know if I could do endurance challenges like this in the future, and two, to see how much score I could actually get in a 24-hour period. Now, I do not recommend anyone doing this because it is incredibly stupid to be spending 24 hours playing a single run of Subway Surfers. But it is what it is. I've already done it, and I have made this for you. I have played Subway Surfers for 24 hours, so please enjoy. This is it. This is it. The first hour of the run was relatively simple. Just keep on playing the game without dying, which I was able to do relatively easily. Each hour of gameplay is on average 16 million score with a 64 multiplier, so by the end of the run we should have around 350 to 380 million score depending on how many breaks I take. Now I know right now it looks like I'm fine, I'm cool, I'm calm, I am collected, but later on in the run it gets rough. To be honest, the first hour was very uneventful and straightforward.
I think Mike Tyson actually thought, are you kidding me?
Is what I thought up until it only took 54 minutes for me to crash. So literally less than an hour into the run, I have already crashed once. But apparently I just don't give a fuck, so I move on. We made it to 15.9 million by the end of the first hour, which honestly isn't too bad for the beginning of the run. Also, all of this was live streamed on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, so if you want to see any other Subway Surfers challenges in the future, be sure to check out those accounts so you can watch them live. Hour 2 was easily one of the easiest hours of the entire run, because at this point I am still full of energy, and also I've put myself into some kind of rhythm so that I can play the game easier. My strategy for Subway Surfers is to basically just autopilot. If you can get to a point where you can play the game whilst being zoned out, you can easily get hundreds of millions of score without even realizing it until you make it. By the end of the second hour, I had made it to 31 million, with I think only one crash at this point.
People get paid. Who's after
Hour 4 is when I became visibly tired, and you can even see the realization in my face that I have over 20 hours left till the end of this challenge. So even though I am regretting this horrifically, I keep on pushing through for some goddamn reason. I don't know what the benefit of this was, but here we are. But yeah, this is definitely the hour that I realized how difficult this challenge was going to be. And this is only the beginning of it so far. But by the end of hour 4, I had made it to 62 million.
18 hours left. Yay, 6 hour mark.
Hour 7 of the run was honestly quite standard. I'm still exhausted at this point, but honestly my brain is just on autopilot. I think like my autopilot on Subway Surfers is me just unlocking Ultra Instinct, because I'm not even thinking about moving, I'm just doing it. I did make it to 100 million at this point though, and I didn't even realize it. I had to have my chat remind me that I made it to 100 million, which is... God damn it, dude, pay attention. I was apparently so bored at one point that someone in my chat told me to yell out this. Pigeon! Yeah, mate, you're really cool. Well done. But anyways, by the end of hour 7, I had made it to 108 million. Now, I know this all seems quite easy for now, but wait until hour 18, 19, and 20. It gets ridiculous. Hour 10 is when things started getting really difficult. The longest live stream that I've ever done at this point was 13 hours. So this was already nearly as long as my longest live stream ever. I messed up again, which sucked, but what sucked even more is the fact that I got jump scared by Ali A, which is honestly just salt in the wound at this point. I had just lost one of my lives. I don't want to see Ali A promoting me Fortnite Legos. It's not relevant right now. Excuse me. Anyways, rant over. But at this point, I did know that I could push through it at this point. I knew that I was going to be playing Subway Surfers for 24 hours. Not for the sake of views or money, God knows that I get none of that, but just to be the person to say, yeah, I've played Subway Surfers for 24 hours before. Yeah. But by the end of hour 10, I had made it to 155 million, which is honestly pretty good.
My things up. Surprisingly low. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that my thumb doesn't hurt.
Hour 12, nearly at the halfway point. God damn it, it has been a long run already. But anyways, at this point, I was actually quite surprised on how things were playing out. I was expecting some muscle aches in my fingers. I was expecting to be a lot more tired, but surprisingly, none of my fingers hurt. And I had this weird, like, motivation and boost of energy. By the end of the 12-hour mark, I had 185 million.
In total, 9 hours, 58 minutes, 5 seconds.
Hour 14. Finally, only 10 hours of streaming left. To be honest, nothing really happened here. It was just getting more and more exhausting. I was just, just trying to push through it and not fall asleep. It was the beginning of the end, is the way that I like to call hour 14, because later on, oh my god, it gets rough. These final 7 hours were the worst by far. I was unbelievably tired at this point, to the point where I fully expected to just fall asleep and just wake up at 6 AM and still be streaming, but for some goddamn reason I kept pushing forward. To try and wake myself up a bit, I did make some noodles, which surprisingly helped. I don't, maybe that's all I needed. I just needed some food to push me through it. But yes, noodles helped me. By the end of the 17-hour mark, I had made it to 275 million.
3, 2, 1. Boom. 5 hours left. 5 hours left. 4 AM.
This was by far the most difficult hour of the entire run. I had been playing Subway Surfers at this point for 19 hours, and I was visibly and audibly tired. I kept on yawning and yawning, and I felt like I just couldn't continue on. I even had to take a minute to really get into the mindset by splashing cold water on my face multiple times. But I kept pushing on regardless, just to be the idiot that can claim to play Subway Surfers for 24 hours in one sitting. Anyways, by the end of hour 20, I had made it to 304 million.
6:30, 7.
I was getting unbearably tired at this point, to the point where I literally had to get myself a cold, wet towel just to stay awake. I wonder if this counts for any kind of, self-torture. Probably. But no matter how tired I was, and no matter how difficult it was, I knew that I could get through this eventually, and I never wanted to give up, so I pushed.
I look ridiculous right now, and it is very cold. So hopefully, this will be enough to keep me going.
By the end of hour 21, I had made it to 318 million.
I still remember when the timer... Shut up. I still remember when the timer said 23 hours, so, we've made improvements. We're now 3 hours away. 3 hours away. Please drink some water. I have. Oh, thank you, Chloe.
At this point, I was just mostly quiet, as I was just focusing on getting through the final hour and a bit of the entire challenge, and honestly, it was quite surreal to think, oh my god, I'm going to be playing Subway Surfers for 24 hours and I would have achieved this goal, which was honestly quite cool. This challenge has given me a lot of confidence to do endurance challenges in the future, as now I know that I can play a single video game for 24 hours. My god. I splashed some cold water on my face just to get me through the final hour and a bit, as I was struggling a lot by this point. But by the end of the 23rd hour, I had made it to 345 million.
4, 3, 2, 1. The final hour. 1 hour left of this 24-hour stream.
This was it. The final stretch. The last hour of this challenge. I wasn't even tired at this point. I was so happy to be nearly done with this challenge, and at the same time so proud that I was able to actually complete this. I am grateful to everyone that watched the live stream, and some people even watched the live stream for over 20 hours. I checked the stats after the stream was finished, and there was one person who watched it for over 20 hours. I have lost the screenshot, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. This last hour was honestly nothing special. It just gave me time to reflect on how difficult the run was, because oh my god, it was rough. And now we can finally just enjoy the final minute of the entire live stream.
So if you're on the For You page, click on the right. I know you're there. Yes, you. Okay, we're done with Subway Surfers. Timer time. We're done with Subway Surfers. Here it is. And I like this time too. Finish? Okay, I guess not. Here we are. Oh my god. There's 18,000 people. Here we go! Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. "24 hours. But yeah, thank you everyone. I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna go to sleep. So, thank you everyone. Take care. Goodbye.
Now, I did say that I was wanting to do another 24-hour Subway Surfers stream, and I meant that. Conveniently enough, my 3rd year anniversary of Subway Surfers will be at the end of March. So, the 29th of March, 9 AM to the 30th of March will be my second 24-hour Subway Surfers stream. If you missed my last live stream, then do not worry. I will be live on YouTube, Twitch, and of course, TikTok. And I hope to see you there for the second 24-hour Subway Surfers stream.